Hey everybody, this is Maxine Taylor, and I'm here to share your forecast with you, Aries. But before I do, I have terrific news. Some of you have been asking me when I was going to be teaching astrology. Well, the month of September. My first webinar is going to be September 18th. It's going to deal with the foundation of astrology. In other words, I'm going to teach you all about the signs, how to understand them, how to write the symbols for them, how to understand the planets that rule them and write the symbols for them. And then I'm going to go through the houses of the zodiac. If you already know that information, hang in there, because chart interpretation will be the next set of webinars I'll be offering. To get more information, just go to my website, MaxineTaylor.com. It's on the first page. You can't miss it. Looking forward to sharing everything I know about astrology with you, either for yourself or if you're thinking maybe you'd like to be an astrologer. I will support you and I will encourage you. All right, now let's talk about your forecast. This is a very interesting month. Let me show you why. First of all, we start off the month with Venus, the planet of love and beauty and money, in the sixth house, your sixth house of work, health, and service. And so you're enjoying your job. You are enjoying being busy and maybe serving in some fashion. Mercury, what we think about and talk about. This is the planet of communication, and there's a lot of communication, a lot of thinking at work, and whatever you think about grows. And so there is probably a certain amount of communication, possibly even travel, involved in your job. Now, Mars, the red planet, very, very powerful, because wherever Mars is, that's what we throw ourselves into. That's what comes first to us, and your job comes first to you. If you are frustrated with your job, this can create inflammation in the body, so you want to focus on Venus, on doing what you love to do. And then the sun, the giver of life, it's the center of our universe. There it is in the sixth house. It's absolutely beautiful. And so your job should be looking pretty good. Now, on the 13th, Venus enters your seventh house of partnership and other people. And so you're going to want to get out there and be with people. This may be job related or can be your personal relationships. If there's nobody special in your life, you might find that you want to go find somebody. Then Mercury on the next day, on the 14th, moves into the seventh house of partnership. And so you're out there talking to people, communicating with people. And you will attract people to you who want to talk about themselves and who enjoy themselves. Now, Mars stays in that sixth house. It says somebody's got to keep the home fires burning, and I'm busy at work. The sun, which is the center of our life, moves into the seventh house of partnership on the 23rd, which is very powerful because this opens up the entire realm of relationships to you. And you can attract people to you who are fascinating, who may tend to put themselves first, but that's okay because you're putting them first too. It's just gorgeous. Now, the full moon between the 13th and 14th, depending on your time zone, is in Pisces, 21 degrees of Pisces. And whenever we have a full moon, things come to a head. And so this tells us that you want your solitude and privacy on that full moon. You're going to pull back, you're going to retreat, and you're going to dream a little dream. This is a wonderful time for meditation or just to get off the beaten track, just to pull back and get away from it all. And that's the full moon for you. Now, the new moon on the 28th is in the seventh house of relationships. So I don't want you to feel like you're going to be hiding or away from everybody. the whole month, because you won't. Because by the end of the month, you're going to want to get out there and be with people. Now, there is a very interesting configuration in the heavens that all of us are going to be experiencing in our own way. I explained this in the overview video. Let me show you what this means for you. The impact of these aspects I've got here occurs on the full moon, right around the full moon. This configuration is called a T-cross. What happens actually after this activity begins the first week in September and comes to a head on the full moon. And so here's the full moon next to Neptune, which dreams a little dream, in opposition to your sixth house planets of work and squaring Jupiter, the great benefic. Jupiter brings abundance, and Jupiter in the ninth house says, I want to travel, I want to explore, I want to get out there and do. Well, what we have here is called, as I said, a T-cross, and if there were, this is like a table with 3 legs. The fourth leg is empty, and this is the area of where Gemini planets would be. This is your third house. And so the energy from this T-cross goes into communicating with people. Short distance travel. If you can't get on a plane, don't worry, you've got a car. This is a time to communicate with other people. If you have Gemini planets, you will find that this whole picture is balanced. Your work is activated. You see a bigger picture. You want to pull back and retreat, and you want to talk and communicate, and the energy flows quite beautifully. So, just know that this will then be in effect for a few weeks, the full moon being on the 13th and the 14th, mid-month. This is when all this comes to a head. And so if you are thinking of, writing a book, selling a program, doing something where you are communicating with other people, right around the full moon, that would be the time to do it. Isn't this fascinating? So, till next month, when we do this again, may the stars shine brightly on you and yours. Bye for now.